Here's the SPX. I don't know what we're doing here. This looks like a little, again, you know, chopsticks, right? Big down day. This looks like a bear flag. And then this morning, if they opened 90 handles lower, it would have taken out the 50 EMA. See, I know as well as anyone when it comes to chopsticks. I mean, look, I'm not making fun of these folks. Look, technical analysis is one form of analysis, except that no indicator is future telling, and it always tells you what happened in the past, and then you're depending on patterns repeating. I mean, look, is there value to it? Probably. Is it as important as it used to be in my day? Probably not. But then, look, a lot of people, they do technical analysis. They draw lines. You guys notice lines on my chart? I don't draw lines. I like naked charts. I have Bollinger Band, the price, obviously. It's not, by the way, candles. I'm not into this shooting star and whatever. I'm the old guy. Bar chart is fine. I have a 20 EMA, 50 EMA, 200 EMA, Bollinger Bands. On the bottom, MACD, I like it. Shows me a little bit more of where momentum is going at. Yeah, those are the things I have. I mean, I don't draw lines. Naked charts are the best. So let's look at some of these nosebleeds and then how much they have improved already. What is happening to HIMS today? So this is an untradeable stock for me at the moment. I mean, look at this thing. Makes a reaction high above 60, gets to 65. Today we're at 50. This is 2 days ago. How can someone trade this? I don't know. Because on this breakout, you would have bought it, right? Okay, chopsticks, technical analysis, right? It's a breakout. Close above all this resistance. Next resistance, all the chopstick guys are saying 70. I agree. We're at 50 today. Yeah. So now this stock held perfectly the 200 EMA twice. It held support down here. See, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to chopsticks. But now we're like breaking support. So do we do the opposite of what happened here? We just go, when it's breaking support, we buy it because we know now they're going to wash everybody out and then take it back up? I don't know. I can't trade HIMS. I have no idea what the fuck is going on. Okay, so let's look at some charts. Apple up big today. That was down 3 when I woke up at 2 in the morning, by the way. These are all 1 year, 1 day charts, folks. So again, no lines, 20 EMA, 50 EMA, 200 EMA in the Bollinger Band. Looks like consolidation. Looks like it wants to go higher. Anyway, let's look at SPX. SPX. We're literally 1% from an all-time high. I mean, although we're a little bit of a precarious kind of a pattern we're building here. We had a massive sell-off last Friday. You guys recall, right? China tariff musical chairs continuation. Every bounce has been sold into, which is kind of odd. It gives me like a little tired look. MACD is actually on a sell, but still above 0. So I'm curious. I will go with the flow though. I will buy some puts or short some futures if I think we're selling off. Just not a hedge, but directional. Here's a stock. Okay, here's one. Look at this thing. It's called ABAT, American Battery Tech Inc. Here's a stock. I love these types of patterns, by the way. Right? It broke out about 2.5. Again, technical. Volume is pouring in now. It goes from 2.5 to 11.5 yesterday. Now, today, day before yesterday. Today, we're at 485. So if you bought that, what cover call is going to save your ass? How are you going to survive now? That's why when people go like, oh, these parabolics, so it's wonderful. I'm like, yeah, there's a parabolic right here. Perfect example. And how did it end? In tears. Bunch of bag holders. So that's why I don't like participating in there. And I like sitting on my hand. Same thing happened with Archer, the eVTOL company, right? Now it's pulling back into support. Maybe I'll give it a crack. All these have 2x ETFs, by the way, but MACD is about to give it a sell. This made an all-time high at 1462 2 days ago. Today we're at 1125. See? You get nailed with one of these things. Oh, it made a new high, right? Okay, technical analysis, bull flag, new high, we buy it. Nope. So yeah, folks, yeah. I like Affirm quite a bit, actually. We're pulling back 200 EMA, not my favorite chart, but you know, momentum's coming out of it quite a lot. But then last earnings report, this thing is 100. We're down to 68. 200 EMA is about I don't know, 65. So we'll give it a crack there with a 2x ETF. 2x ETF of AFRM is AFRU. AMD, I mean, we had this ridiculous trade on AMD. Members made stupid amount of money. I think one of them's still in there. Yeah, what is there to say? I mean, you know, $1 trillion companies gapping up 50 points, man. I don't know. I have nothing to say. Here's another one my members caught. I didn't catch it, man. Well, he was in it. I think he's still in it, but he has cover calls at like 23. Stock is got to 40. That's why you don't sell cover calls. He caught this at 13 on a pullback to the 50 MA. Amazing trade, really. Congrats. And you know, it goes from 13 to 40 in 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe a month. And like, yeah, these are not normals, folks. Stocks don't move like this, okay? So you know. Here's one of the quantum nosebleeds. Yeah. So how are you going to deal with that now? Okay, go deal with your cover calls now. Okay, stock goes from 25 to 62. Literally 62 2 days ago. Hit 38 today. How do you deal with that? You have stops, okay, maybe. But a lot of YOLOers, see, a lot of these newbies, they're going to go, oh, no, it's worth 300. Because they compared with like Palantir, right? They go like, oh, look at Palantir. There's Palantir. It's consolidating. It's probably going to break out and go to 200. I have no doubt. Or they compare it to Hood. I'm like, no. Rigetti or ARQQ or IONQ. They're not that. You guys see all my labels, my short attempts. But at least I made some money with RGTZ. Yeah, that thing went from broke out right here. Again, chopsticks helped on the breakout. This company doesn't have a pot to piss in, by the way, but it's okay. It's worth about, it got to, at the top, it got to 20 billion market cap. It went from 16, okay, that was 9/12. September 12th to October, literally a month. 20 trading sessions, okay, got to 58. And people think this is normal. And then from 58, overnight tonight, it got down to 41. I saw it at 41. Now, a lot of people say, oh, Rigetti is worth 200. And you know what? Actually, the perfect example of that is Open Door, right? Okay, there's a lot of YOLOers in this. 51 cents, goes from 51 cents to 11 almost. Now it's consolidating. I do believe this is going to go higher, but it needs a little bit more sideways action. So it did the same thing here, pop up. I couldn't, every feed on my X was about Open Door. And the YOLOers logic was the new CEO, who came over from Shopify. He doesn't have a salary. He has to take the stock to 82. He has $1 billion RSU package. They go, it's going to go to 82 because the CEOs, this is a shit business, by the way. They have no earnings. They have nothing. Again, I'm not talking shit about it. I'm just saying. They go like, CEO has to take the stock. First stop at 30. Stock is 7, folks. First stop at 30, then 82 in a couple of years. I'm going like, okay, that's all I can do. That's greater fool's theory right there. You know, here's another one. Bloom Energy. I was on the stock at 20. I traded it, and a lot of the members right here on the breakout. I was at 20, traded it. But when it started doing this parabolic thing, I was like, I'm not familiar with this. I cannot do this. And sure enough, it got nailed from 87 literally to 62, 25 points in 2 days. And then It just decided to go double again from 61. That's why YOLOers are making all the money, and they are right. I haven't seen this. I can't do it. I mean, good luck if you guys are doing it. Congrats. My hat's off to you. Completely off to you. Here's BMNR. Here's the X chopsticks. You know, that all they do is like they draw more lines. So a couple of them had this wedge. It broke out here, right? Oh, it's going to 80. I'm like, no. Now, if you want to draw lines, folks, on BMNR, SBAT, DFTV, draw lines on ETHA, which is the ETH ETF. If this thing, okay, ETH ETF goes from 36 to 28. That's 8 points. That's about 20%, 22%. Okay, cool. What has BMNR done in the last 7-8 days? Let's look at it. Oh, right here. 66, and today's low is 46, 20 points, 30%. Right? So Ethereum goes down 20%, 22%. This goes down 30%. So how come this didn't go higher? Chopstick people? BMNR broke out. Should go higher. Yeah. So that's another greater fool's theory right there. So unless this Ethereum goes, BMNR is not going anywhere. I do like, for some reason, I don't know why, but Bull, Weeble. The SPAC happened, went to 80, and then it's been just kind of dormant sideways. Although about a week ago, lockup expiration happened, had 175, 80 million share day, and then 2 consecutive 70 million share days. So about 300 million-ish shares change hands. I do like BULL because if Hood is doing what they're doing, BULL is not a Hood, obviously. But then between the two, if I were to buy something today, I'd rather buy Bull than Hood. As a spec, Hood is an established company, but as a spec, I like it. And BULL has 2x ETF, by the way. It's BULG. I like all these 2x ETFs. BULG is the symbol. Here's another one. Blaze AI. See, I'm just giving examples of YOLO. BZAI. A good friend of mine works at Roth. He has a buy on it with a $10 target. Actually, stock did broke out on good volume. Now it's kind of pulling back to 50 MA. I think I will buy BZAI about 480 range. Kava, I'm long-term long. Coinbase, I think it could be reasonable with this pullback. I mean, it did pull back. 2x ETF for Coinbase is CONL. Yeah. Okay. Let's look at my strategy. Perfect example of strategy. Okay. Here. Let me explain this MNAV thing to you guys in pictures, because pictures are worth 1,000 words. Okay. Let's take a look. Let's look at IBIT, which is the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF. Okay. Yes. Let's look at the date when MSTR, or strategy, Michael Saylor's company, who's doing this. Okay, so let's look at this date at high, 543 a share. What day was that? That was 11/21. Okay, keep that date in mind, folks. 11/21. Now we're going to look at IBIT. We're going to look at 11/21. 11/21. Bitcoin was IBIT. Let's go with IBIT. IBIT, but tracks Bitcoin dollar for dollar. So you can do this with Bitcoin as well. IBIT was on the same day, 21st of November last year, was $55 a share. So keep those two numbers in mind. IBIT, which is Bitcoin's ETF, 55. MicroStrategy or strategy 543. Okay. Now let's go back to strategy today. Okay. Today. We're at 290. Okay. And where is IBIT? Now all these chopstick folks on X will fucking understand. Where's IBIT? IBIT is actually 60. So on the 21st, we were at 55. So Bitcoin is about 10% higher, 10% than what it was on November 21st last year. Okay? Okay. 10% higher. Keep the 10% in mind. And MSTR was 543. Today we're at 290. It's down about, well, 50% would be 270, and we got pretty close to that this morning. So MSTR is down 50%. Bitcoin is up 10%. Now you guys understand how MNAV works. Okay? Because if you bought MSTR when Bitcoin was at, let's say, so if it's about 90,000, and today Bitcoin is 108,000, 10% higher, or whatever it was, you lost 40% plus on MSTR, and your Bitcoin would have been good. So that's what Wall Street did, or still doing. Because at that time, at 543, MNAV on MSTR was like 2.2. Now we're down to 1.2. Although Bitcoin is higher, MSTR is 40% lower. Now, hopefully you guys understood that. I hope so. Because that's another greater fool's theory. Oh, Bitcoin is going to go here. Bitcoin is going to go there. I'm like, not sure. Let's look at a few more charts and then we'll go. Carvana is a good short, man. This piece of shit needs to die. Yeah, it's kind of rolling over. I was long Carvana for like a year and 5 months. I literally 4x'd it. And then it went another 8x. Yeah, I don't like Carvana. I want to short Carvana. I don't think they have a 2x inverse ETF of Carvana. But they do have CVNX, which I can short, which is a 2x ETF of Carvana. Ah, shit, I covered the FTV too soon. It's up 10 cents now. Yeah, you got to take losses once in a while. Yeah, the dust call we made, which was the inverse ETF of NUGT. How much is NUGT down? Jesus, it pulled back to a 20 EMA. Wow. 189 close, 155 low today. Holy shit. Wow. Boy, did I pick the day to short that thing. There's gold. Yeah, a little, whatever. There's TLT. This is this one you guys should watch. This is the 20-year inverse ETF actually. So if TLT is going higher, interest rates are going lower. Let's look at some more interesting nosebleeds. Oklo. Still holding. I mean, it's green today. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, this is the one, the little nuclear station company. I don't know. Stocks are not supposed to move this way, folks. You know. What else? Yeah, something's going on with today. They're bouncing a little bit, but with these regionals, look at what happened to Zion's Bank yesterday. They don't move like this, folks. Zion's Bank was down like 12% yesterday, and there's a bunch of them. If you go to actually, there's a regional bank index or an ETF. HIMS is making a lower low. I don't know what the news is, but I don't want to be involved. Well, maybe I will be involved at some point if it gets to the point that I think it should get to. Here's IONQ. Martin Shkreli is short this thing. Now look at that. That thing actually is pulling back to the 50 EMA. I may even buy that thing. And 2x ETF on that is, there's an inverse one called IONZ, and then 2x ETF is IONX. Yeah, I think it's pulling back to 50 EMA. First pull back to 50 EMA, pretty powerful actually. Where's Rigetti? Rigetti, no, nowhere near yet. Yeah, you just bounce a little bit, you piece of shit. I'm gonna buy the RGTX again. Here's another energy company, IREN. These are all toppers, bro. I don't know, SanDisk, although a different group, but IREN, NBIS. Okay, yeah. They topped. They're just getting distributed, but MACD's on sales. ASTS. Again, like ASTS at least has some revenue. Rocket Lab has some revenue, but the pullback last 2 days has been pretty brutal. Rocket Lab. But then people have so much room. They made so much money on it. Like the stock was $20. It hit like 80. I mean, if you get 4x, you have the whoosh on your side. You can wait, you know. Here's Jeffries. That was death. Look at that sell-off. Something's going on with all these. I don't know what's going on, but something's going on. I think LAC, I may actually buy that thing now. Maybe a little bit more pullback. You know, LAC is the one that the Trump administration's took a stake in it. It went from 3 to 10.5. Now we're down to 668. I think I will buy some of that. Maybe low sixes. I'll start nibbling on it. There'll definitely be a rally. Lemonade, I like quite a bit as a company. Chart looks like shit. Although there's a 2x ETF and that was LMNX. It's just consolidating before it makes a new. To me, it looks exactly like this kind of a move right here. You know. Yeah, I do like the company. Yeah, I switched my Nike to Lulu. I don't know if it's going to die or not, but whatever. Yeah. MSTR is actually up. Is Bitcoin up? I don't think it is. Yeah, NBIS down 9. Nvidia bouncing back. Oklo green, unbelievably. There are a couple of little ones I'm watching on DS. Yeah, see, 1177 down to 764. First pullback. I don't even know what ONDS does. First pullback to $7 to 50 MA. I think we'll trade that for a point or two. You guys listening? My members, Oscar Health is another favorite on Twitter. I don't know. Still uptrending a little bit. I like this stock right here, PATH. I need more of a pullback though. Another one of my members alerted the group to this. The one parabolic hit 1874 down to 1534. I mean, as a technician, let's say, I laugh at myself when I call myself a technician. As a technician, pull back to a little bit under 15 would be really a viable bounce spot right about there. Okay, we'll pay attention to that. Palantir is consolidating before it breaks out, goes bonkers again. I mean, that's sideways action. That's going to end one way or another, folks. And when it does end, it'll be either way, I'll go with it up or down. Pony AI on the 20, on the 50 MA. I like these. This is the Chinese Waymos, by the way, and the other one is WeRide, WRD, down to 10. I like it. I like it. I like it. QBTS is another nosebleed. B-Wave Quantum. Out of all of them, IONQ, I think, is the first bounce candidate, to be honest with you folks. Getting down to the 50 MA. There will be a bounce here. Now, do you wait for the bounce, short it, or do you bounce, play, short, reverse, short? I don't know. Good support at 60, though. I think I'll play that long for about 6, 8, 10 points. And then go back into IONZ. Or short IONZ. Just trade IONZ, maybe. Reddit, my members keep asking me. I go, it's in the middle of nowhere. It's breaking down. 200 EMA is coming up at 170. I'll take a shot at it there. Here's another one. Nosebleed. Rintech Robotics. All these stocks went parabolic. They're all pulling back. Resolve is another one we're watching. That's actually at the buy point. Yeah. We have charts. We have charts galore. We have stocks galore. It's just a matter of finding what you're comfortable doing. SoFi. Consolidating now. I actually made money shorting this thing. And then it ran. I mean, you know, that's going to consolidate for probably a little bit longer. Tesla up 9. Holy shit. This is high level consolidation on Tesla, man. Tesla may be going to a new high, honestly. TSLL. Again, the slippage on these things, by the way. Be careful with these folks. You guys want me to prove what slippage means? Okay. Tesla last time was 488. Okay. TSLL. So you don't buy and hold these 2x ETFs. TSLL was 41.5. Okay. That's simple. And it proves my point. I don't have to do more. Tesla today. Tesla today is almost to where it was back there. Okay. You guys remember that? Okay, right here. We're almost at an equaling high of 480 range or 430, 440, right? Whereas TSLL, it was 41. Oh, come on, Serge. Okay, 41, right? 41 at the old high, 41. Today we're hardly 20. This is called slippage. Why? A lot of people don't understand what that means. And a lot of people go buy and hold these 2x ETFs. No. TSLL ETF does not own a share of Tesla. They own swaps and long-term options. And every time they roll, you're going to lose. You're going to keep losing until you understand that these are not to be bought and held. But what do I know? UMAC is another one. They kind of went parabolic. Drone stock. If you guys have any questions on stocks, put it out. Now UMAC is pulled back. I'm not interested. Upstart is getting killed. Rates are going lower, and this is a AI loan company, actually. I mean, where is support on this thing? See, now I'm playing chopsticks. 43, another 3-4 points. But this stock is like markets at an all-time high. Again, this is another thing that I want to preface. Outperforming and underperforming stocks. Stock was 86, cut in half while the market's making all-time highs. So not all stonks go up. Sometimes stonks go down.